friends, and welcome to Between Sundays. I'm your host, Torri, and I'm really glad you're here. This is a space where we talk about faith in the middle of real life, the moments that don't always make it into Sunday morning. Let's dive in. I want to start with something that's been sitting with me lately. It feels like everywhere I turn, I'm hearing two different things from people. On one side, it's, I don't feel called. I don't really know what my gifts are. I think I'll just stay where I'm at for now. And on the other side, it's, I'm exhausted. I've done too much before. I don't want to burn out again. And the more I've sat with that, the more I realized I don't think those are separate conversations or separate issues. I think they're connected in a way we don't always talk about. Because sometimes it's not that we don't care, and it's not that we don't love God. It's that we're either unsure where we fit, or we've already given so much that we're afraid to give anything else. And honestly, I so get that. There's the quiet tension that exists in a church life. We want people to step in, we want people to serve, we want to use what God has given them. But at the same time, we're living real lives. We have families, jobs, responsibilities, things that don't pause just because there's a need somewhere. And I think somewhere along the way, faithfulness started to feel like constant availability. Like if you really love God, you'll say yes to whatever is asked of you. And if you're not tired, well, then you're not doing enough. And that's subtle, but it's powerful because it shapes how we respond. I want to say this so very clearly. You are called. Not just the people on stage, not just the ones with titles, not just the ones who seem to have it all together. You. You have something to offer. You have gifts that matter. But you are not meant to do everything. And I think that's where so many of us get stuck. I know I do. Because we don't always know how to find the middle. We either stay completely on the sidelines because we don't feel confident or qualified, or we say yes to everything until we're overwhelmed and stretched too thin, and neither one leads to something healthy or lasting. Burnout is not a sign that you are doing something right. Let me say that again. Burnout is not a sign that you're doing something right. Being constantly tired, always overwhelmed, feeling like you've got nothing left to give. That's not what God is asking from you. And I say that as someone who has had to check this in my own life over and over and over. Because it's really easy to keep showing up, to keep saying yes, to keep giving, even when you're running on empty, especially in ministry, especially when you care, especially when you know the need is real. But there's a difference between being faithful and being exhausted all of the time. There have been seasons in my life where I looked around and realized I was doing a lot of good things, but I was also really, really tired, and not just physically tired, mentally tired, emotionally stretched, the kind of tired where even the things you love to start feel heavy. And I had to start asking myself some hard questions. Did God actually ask me to carry all of this? Or did I just pick it up because I thought I should? Because sometimes we say yes, not because it's right for us, but because we don't want to let people down, or we don't want to miss out, or we feel like we're supposed to. And that's a hard place to be. I'm still learning this, but a healthy yes looks different than I thought it would. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what actually fits your life and your season. A healthy yes looks like showing up consistently, not constantly, choosing a few things you can do well, leaving space in your life to breathe. It looks like paying attention to your limits, not ignoring them, not pushing past them every time, but actually honoring the fact that you are a human. I think sometimes we get stuck asking the wrong question. We ask, am I called? And we wait for some big, clear answer. But maybe the better question is, What makes sense for this season of my life? Or where do I feel peace saying yes? Or even, what can I commit to without losing myself in the process? Because your life matters, your family matters, your mental and emotional health matter, and God sees all of that. If you're someone who has been sitting back because you don't feel called, or you don't feel confident, or you're just not sure where you fit, I want to gently encourage you. You don't have to have it all figured out to take one step. Sometimes clarity comes after movement. Sometimes you discover what you're good at by trying something. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be permanent. It just has to be a step. And if you're on the other side of this, if you're the one who has been doing too much, carrying too much, feeling stretched too thin, I want to say this clearly. You're allowed to take a step back. Not away from your faith, and not away from your purpose, but away from the pressure. You're allowed to rest, you're allowed to reset, you're allowed to reevaluate what you're carrying. That's not failure, that's wisdom. At the end of the day, this isn't about doing nothing, and it's not about doing everything. It's about being thoughtful with your yes. It's about choosing a way of living out your faith that you can actually sustain, because the goal isn't to prove how much you can handle. The goal is to live in a way that keeps you connected to God and able to keep showing up over time. So here's something to sit with this week. Is what I'm carrying right now something God gave me or something I picked up along the way? And maybe a second question too. Where is one place I can either step in or step back in a healthy way? Thanks for spending some time with me today. If this episode encouraged you, share it with a friend or someone who might need it this week. And don't forget to follow along so you don't miss what's coming next. We'll see you back here soon in the in-between.